Palantir knows everything about you and you have no idea.
Some have expressed concern that your clients could actually use Palantir to do evil things.
Reports also say that Palantir's software
has been credited with helping to find and kill Osama bin Laden. The techs also helped to uncover Bernie Madoff's Ponzi scheme and rooted out Chinese spyware installed on the Dalai Lama's computer.
But here's the thing, if they can find him, what can they find about you?
We're offering things that are so powerful that in reality, I'm not sure we should even sell this to some of our clients.
I spent 43 weeks digging through leaked documents, court records, and even Palantir's own reports. And the more I learn, the more concerned I become about the future of our privacy. In this video, we'll expose how Palantir collects personal data on people like you and me.
Are these things dangerous? Could they become potentially dangerous? Yes.
Explore their work with the CIA, FBI, and big corporations to see what they use this data for. And most importantly, show you why this matters to you. Trust me, you won't believe how deep this rabbit hole goes.
The country with the most important AI, most powerful AI, will determine the rules. That country should be either us or a Western country.
Take JP Chase for example. Back in 2009, they hired Palantir
to monitor employees who might go rogue.
But according to reports,
the partnership ended in scandal when JP Morgan's special operations lead used it to spy on top executives.
Palantir's software gave them access to everything. Emails, browser history, even GPS locations from company phones. They could basically track every move, both inside and outside the office.
Someone described it as it's kind of like plugging into the Matrix.
But JP Morgan isn't alone.
In recent years, Palantir has also courted customers like Airbus, Chrysler, and BP.
And even Hershey's. And it's not just corporations.
During the coronavirus crisis, Palantir has formed a number of new partnerships too, with the VA, the National Institutes of Health, and Britain's National Health Service, as well as the CDC, to track the spread of the virus and allocate resources.
Handling mountains of sensitive health data, but nobody really knew what they were doing with it. This sparked a major backlash. Universities like Stanford dropped them as sponsors, and employees even staged protests.
My house has been protested for many months, almost every day.
But how did Palantir get so powerful in the first place? Who are the people behind this company, and what's their real agenda? Stick around to find out, because this story is just getting started.
Are these things dangerous? Could they become potentially dangerous? Yes. Either we will wield them or our adversaries will wield them.
After 9/11, America was desperate to prevent another attack. A couple of guys named Peter Thiel, Alex Karp, Stephen Cohen saw an opportunity.
The company was founded following 9/11 with the goal of defending American interests.
They founded Palantir with a mission to use data analysis to help prevent terrorist attacks, promising to connect the dots and identify potential threats before they could strike.
The core mission of our company always was to make the West, especially America, the strongest in the world for the sake of global peace and prosperity.
And guess who was one of their first big investors?
The CIA.
In 2004, they saw the potential in Palantir's technology and poured $2 million into the company.
The CIA was one of the company's earliest investors and its only customer for a number of years. Other intelligence agencies like the FBI and the NSA jumped aboard.
Palantir became the intelligence community's secret weapon. It was so powerful, it could track down anyone, anywhere. Their software, Palantir Gotham, helped the government analyze massive amounts of data to find and track potential
terrorists, insurgents, and drug smugglers.
So they actually were bringing in technology to do things that intelligence agents on the ground were having to do manually in very dangerous places.
And their technology was deadly effective. As a matter of fact, it's been reported that Palantir's software played a key role in locating and killing Osama bin Laden in 2011.
The company's software has been credited with helping to find and kill Osama bin Laden.
The same company that's analyzing your Facebook posts might have helped take down the world's most wanted terrorist at the time. But here's where things get creepy. Palantir is not just watching terrorists or potential terrorists anymore. They're watching you. Grab a seat, because in the next few minutes, we'll be exposing how this affects your life in ways you can't even imagine.
Some have expressed concern that your clients could actually use Palantir to do evil things. Do you worry about that?
So Palantir isn't just working with the CIA and FBI. They've also partnered with local police departments
from New York City to Los Angeles, New Orleans, and Chicago. who have used the tech for surveillance of criminal suspects and predictive policing, tactic that civil liberties groups say leads to over-policing of minority neighborhoods.
So would you say that Palantir has helped thwart multiple terrorist plots?
I suspect that's true.
Here's where things get really interesting.
Palantir's software analyzes tons of data, crime reports, social media activity, location history to predict where and when crimes might happen. They're using that information to decide who to stop, who to search, and who to arrest. It's like something out of Minority Report. They're trying to arrest people before they even commit a crime. And yes, sometimes it does help to prevent disasters.
One government agency that gave us a bunch of data. During the demo, we discovered a terrorist plot that they had not even suspected existed, and it led them to conclude they had to reclassify all sorts of data as classified.
But think about how your entire life, your movements, your online activity are all being fed into an algorithm that could label you a potential criminal. So even if you're doing nothing wrong, you could be targeted just because of where you live or who you know. And it gets worse. Palantir's technology is being used to track and deport immigrants at the US-Mexico border.
Certainly, it's a de minimis part of our work, finding people in our country who are undocumented.
Sometimes even separating families. This has sparked huge controversy, with people accusing Palantir of enabling human rights abuses. And it really makes me wonder, how are people not talking about this? And with Palantir's technology becoming more and more sophisticated, the potential for abuse is only growing. But is there any way to protect yourself? Watch to the end to find out, because the biggest twist is yet to come. So where does this leave us? Palantir's technology is a double-edged sword. It can be used to protect us, but it can also be used to spy on us. And the line between those two is getting blurrier every day. Crazy part is, the debate doesn't stop at our borders. From the streets of Gaza to the battlefields of Ukraine.
The country with the most important AI, most powerful AI, will determine the rules. That country should be either us or a Western country.
But here's where you come in. In 2019, the city of Los Angeles decided not to renew its contract with Palantir for the LAPD, citing concerns over transparency and effectiveness after multiple protests and backlash. This shows that change is possible when people are informed and take action. Don't be a victim. Take control of your data. Use privacy-enhancing tools. Demand transparency and fight for your right to privacy. And if you'd like to find out how the diamond industry is a $100 billion scam, click on the link on screen.